I was saying earlier, Matt Rife's new audience, he traded in his all-female audience of hot college chicks, and now he's got an all-female audience of old white trash chicks. Facebook QAnon-type women. But now it's more than that. I mean, there's a lot of NFL women. You know, these women, if they've got the NFL on a Sunday in the house, and they're bringing bowls of chips to the guys, they hate cancel culture now. That group of women. Everybody's seen them. You've seen them on Facebook. You've clicked on these profiles. They're always a dusted, out of it woman, you know, boomer, Karen type woman. That's his new audience now. And they love him.
You want a little bit of Matt gossip that no one else is really talking about?
That's where I was headed to here, because we've got one on Matt that, you know, let's forget about the 6-year-old thing. Yes, Matt was in the news again because he went after a woman's 6-year-old daughter. He snapped back. And we all remember his snapback with the, hey, if you were offended by my special, here's a link for all of you that were offended. And when you click on it, it's specialty retard helmets like Sam Tripoli's kids actually wear. Sam Tripoli thought that was hilarious, by the way. Sam's another one of these out-of-its. He's very similar to this group of women I'm talking about, who now Sam sides with Matt Rife. And the thing is, nobody should be siding with Matt Rife. Even if you hate the libs, you should still hate Matt Rife. You just can't start liking him just because he's involved in a cancel culture incident. Okay? You know, that's the worst thing that these guys are doing. They're just buddying up with anybody else who's ever been canceled, whether it's for rape, whether it's for sexual assault, or whether it's for just being a huge scumbag like Matt Rife. But it's worth it to them to have them on their team and keep... Why? That's a fool's move. So, we've got one about Matt Rife that you're not hearing from anybody else. This one is beautiful. This might be one of the best ones, and it comes thanks to our friend Brookie. Yep. From the Tana Mongo podcast, Canceled. Remember Tana's podcast, Canceled, that we're always showing you clips of before anybody else?
It's a great cast.
Remember when they had Matt Rife on and we covered it and we showed you clips? Well, thank God we did, because Brookie and Tana are back, and I've never loved these two more. I was applauding. Wait till you see what they've done. Tana and Brooke, who just had Matt Rife on a few weeks ago on their podcast, remember we covered it, they've gone ahead and done a full episode exposing Matt Rife. And you will not believe what they say. Should we watch this video? Here it comes. This is the best Matt Rife stuff out there. Nobody's talking about it. You've got Louis J. Gomez on Gas Digital going, Matt Rife offended a 6-year-old. Who cares? I'm so sick of all these stories about, like, people whining about comics. They're so off. They're so sicker. You're about to be sicker. Matt Rife exposed by Brookie. She's wearing a one-piece.
And this, here I sent you a reason that we love Brookie in a text.
Okay. We're going to do that at the end. I think that's the grand finale, right? That's the tweet. I don't want to open it in case it pops up here.
Yeah, it's not the one. It's
okay.
The Zimmerman.
Let's see. Hold on. I don't want to show.
This is just a joke, mostly.
Oh, okay. Oh my God. Yes. Here's one. Well, let's show who Brooke is first, so you could remember, because we've been covering them a little bit, but maybe you don't remember. This is Brookie. Brookie. Tana's co-host on the hit show Canceled. This is a great show. But Brooke got in some hot water. This is. I just got to show you this.
I just think this is so funny. So they dug
up an old tweet from Brooke. This girl here in the white, look what she said. This is from 2013. She tweeted this. Guarantee if Zimmerman shot a white guy, this wouldn't even be a story. Newsflash, this wasn't a crime of racism. It was self-defense. What the fuck? That's the last thing I ever expected. Girls don't get involved in Zimmerman stuff. Remember this? Trayvon Martin.
Crying.
Yo, Trayvon! Nigga look just like me.
I could not believe.
Guaranteed if Zimmerman shot a white guy, this wouldn't even be a story. Newsflash, this wasn't a crime of racism. It was self-defense. What's so ironic about this is Brooke is exposing Matt Rife, and she's exactly like Matt Rife's new fans that I was just talking about. In 2013, but now, okay. So that's Brooke. Brooke has apologized for that tweet.
She's very sorry. Don't hold it against her.
They dug up that tweet. She's apologized. Okay, let's get into this.
Every time I look at her now, I imagine her being like, Zimmerman rule.
Zimmerman, huh? Okay, this is what's called a must-see segment on Redbar about Matt Rife. This is one of the best Matt Rife segments we've had so far. And I don't think, is anyone covering this, really, besides Tana's fans?
No, I think it's just the girls who know about this one right now. It hasn't
just
made
the
it
girls
over to the comedy community yet.
This is why Redbar is so great, because we know everything that's going on with the girls. Nobody else. Oh, they're too cool, right? They listen to Legion of Skanks, right? Jason Ellis. Now those are No, these girl podcasts are better now. Mark Norman's wife.
They say more stuff.
They say more stuff.
They spill more deets.
Mark Norman's wife's podcast is my new favorite show. It's got 200 views.
And her co-host is like the funniest fucking...
I beat off to Mark Norman's wife the other day. Turned the whole damn show off. Okay, where do we start here? Because this is must-see coverage.
Okay, 3530 is where it starts.
3530. Okay, here we go. You're going to love this. This is really the best. So everybody stop what you're doing and get seated. You're going to love this. 35 what? I'm sorry.
3530. So these guys often talk about their little escapades and stuff like that on this podcast. And at the beginning of this year, Brooke was always talking about some guy called like DC Man or something like that. But we didn't know who it was.
They tell stories about people they've hooked up with, old boyfriends they've had, and a lot of times they don't say the name. They just tell the story. They keep the person anonymous. Okay. Was there anything else you wanted to say?
That's just the backstory. Okay. So 3530,
here we go.
She's going to tell a tale.
Looks like we're tired.
Like this was a high podcast.
Okay, well, we were just talking about Trisha. And I've been watching all her recent episodes. Trisha has been going in on Matt Rife, I think, harder than maybe anybody.
Oh, you're ready.
And it's hilarious. Not hilarious.
But you're Tana. Oh, you're ready.
I was thinking about it.
Look at Tana, and she smiles while she says that. She brings up Matt Rife, and Tana goes, oh, you're ready. You're ready. And they both have this excitement, this Redbar style of excitement in their eyes. Okay, let's hear this.
And it's hilarious. Not hilarious. But
oh, you're ready.
I was thinking about it because I'm like, I know she's probably going to watch last week's episode and be like,
oh, you're ready.
Okay, relax.
I can't.
It's not that crazy.
Yes, it is.
I just like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, God, I wonder if she sees that and she's like disappointed in me because I'm like, she's probably like, what, why?
As I have been forever.
Okay.
No, I'm not disappointed in you. I just hate holding shit in. Obviously, you know, like I'm always like, leave this in, put it in, like whatever.
I have this too when I see it.
And if you go back and watch the Matt Rife episode, you can just feel my disdain.
There's a difference, definitely a difference between your energy toward him and my energy toward him.
Really?
I thought the world of him. I'm getting a little bit of backlash. Okay, we both kind of are, honestly, for being like a little bit of like Matt Rife apologists on the last episode.
And I never want to be that. I can't stress this enough. But at the end of the day, you're my best friend. And if you want to protect something,
what are they going to say?
Yeah.
I'm not going to. I'm like me saying how I truly feel about him in this situation would go against what you wanted.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. So honestly, thanks for backing me up on that. But
because I have never been an apologist of him. I just am gonna ride for my girl.
Yeah, but I have. Truthfully, I have because. And even like that episode, I came in here and I was like, I was ready to. I knew I was going to get hate for it because obviously, like everybody's.
We're currently trying to find this aloe yoga one piece for Jules here. It's sold out.
Like Brookie.
It's all sold out. If anyone could get a copy of this aloe yoga one piece, size small, it's got to be tight. XS. So we're trying to find it. It's sold out on the site. And aloe is not a nice brand. Okay, here, listen.
One team, okay? Yep. And it's like, we hate Matt Rife. And I truly was like, I have to say something. Because I would hope that, like, anybody who knew me, Like, I would hope if something like that crazy were happening to me publicly, I would hope they would speak out and be like, wait, no, that is not how she is. Obviously, before I knew Matt, I like...
Okay, you can skip it to 3740, I think.
3740, okay.
Just so it's not so long. I'm just trying to get the best, so...
Okay. Any setup needed for this?
They're just continuing.
As many bad things. Like, I completely see why you would do it. I would do it.
Yeah, and so, well, for context, Mr. DC is Matt Rife. Mr. DC, yeah. I had my ideas of him, and then when I got to know him, I like really decided.
Mr. DC is Matt Rife. So we'll show you this later, but they told a story a few months ago on the podcast about a guy named Mr. DC. Okay, that was his little nickname there for Matt Rife. So we've got confirmation that all the stories they told about this Mr. DC are, in fact, about Matt Rife. And wait till you hear what those stories were.
Like, that is not who he is at all. He's like a way better person than I would have thought. You know what I mean? Matt, I wouldn't say he was like my ex or anything, because it wasn't like this serious relationship, but like it was more like I wasn't just hooking up with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like,
okay, so she's getting into it. She's been hooking up with Matt Rife. Brookie.
It wasn't just hooking up. They had a thing.
They had a thing.
That's what she's saying.
Oh, okay. And this is Brookie. Now, Brookie, what's weird about this is, you know, without really getting into detail, I'm going to let you guys connect the dots. Matt Rife, you know, this was just months ago, right? He was very famous months ago. And he chose Brookie to fool around with. And to have a thing with, a fling. I mean, they had like a thing where they were basically dating. Now, why would Matt Rife do that with a girl like this? Unless he's secretly gay. Okay, that's a totally different thing. And you got to connect the dots. I don't want to be rude to Brookie because she's helping us out so much here. But think about it. Okay, here we go. I'm going to continue it from here. You got it. And we could play her story, you know.
I know, it's like 20 minutes long.
Oh, is it really? Okay.
But
you liked him.
Yeah, I really liked him, and his
I really liked him.
Even more so from his end. He was the one who was initiating the conversations that were like, you know, like, you know, I haven't felt this way about anybody in so long, and like so just like, I mean, to anyone with like common sense, it's love bombing, but I had at that point all my marbles, seriously. So
and we love a love bomb.
So I was like, this guy's the fucking nicest guy ever, and like. I had just come off this like terrible relationship with like the world's most psychotic person. You guys know that. Yeah. And so I was like, what the fuck? Like, this guy's so hot. He's so nice. He's so attentive. Like, I was obsessed with this guy. Yeah. Okay.
And we were all on board for it until.
Yeah. Well, even here's the thing. We ended, like, he was here in LA when like I started getting like a little frustrated because like I remember you had come with me to his show at the Laugh Factory, and like I had just, you know, flown across the country to go spend time with him and see all his shows and whatever, and then he comes to LA and like just literally was like not blowing me off, but just didn't really like
and like keep in mind you guys are next door neighbors.
Yeah, he lived,
so it was like very like it's like you're home and I could throw a rock through your window, you know.
Yeah. So imagine my frustration. I'm like, how embarrassing that I just went like and did all of this, and then you come back and you can't even hardly spend time with me. It happened a couple times. He'd come to LA a couple times where it was like you would go to dinner like once or something, and I'm like, wait, what? Like, just strange. So we went to the show at the Laugh Factory that night. You saw him. He came, said hi, whatever, and he's like, okay, babe, like I'll see you after the show.
I'm so happy you're doing this. I can express to you the serotonin.
Listen, you know what? Whatever.
I'm so proud of you.
He tells me like, okay, like I'll see you after the show. I'll be over as soon as I'm done, whatever. I stay up all night. The man never comes. Ooh. Okay. So I'm like, I'm just frustrated with the situation. I feel dumb kind of because I'm like, you're saying all of this. You're telling me the whole time, like we're separated. It's like, I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to be with you. Like you're all I think about, whatever. And then you're fucking literally outside my window and you can't go down to the mailbox. Like, it was just like frustrating. So I told him that, and I was proud of myself because I like stood up for myself, and I was like, listen, like that's not gonna work for me. Okay, like sorry. And that was when like the conversation happened where he was just like, I'm so sorry, but I do not have time. Like I don't have time. Like, no, I don't have time for the relationship. Like I just don't. And he's like, he told me, he says, I haven't felt this way about anybody in so long. Like I've been dreading telling you, because he's like, I just wanted to keep like doing it as long as I could, but like I can't put energy into this, like whatever. And I was like so respectful, honestly, like appreciate you telling me.
Okay, so things ended between them.
Yeah.
Now you can go to 4305.
4305. Okay. You were just trying to trim some time down.
Sorry that
here.
Tana has to eat nuggets.
Yeah, sorry about that. Tana is eating nuggets. It's not us. She loves Mickey D's.
Island disrespect is just as loud as vocal disrespect.
I know, but that's not the point. I am on TikTok the other day, and I get tagged in a video of this girl, and it's her and Matt. It's all these photos of her and Matt, like a little slideshow, if you will. Okay? I'm like, that's interesting. I go to the comments, and she had commented back to somebody, and she was like, relax, you guys. This was at the beginning of this year. I go,
Oh.
Huh? I'm like, what? When? Like, when was it exactly? Because I was seeing him at the beginning of this year. And, like, I'm like, when was it? So I DM her. Slay. I DM her, and I'm like, hey, like, just wondering, honestly, like, what was the timeline exactly? Just because, like, I'm curious. Because, I mean, his current girlfriend was not long after me either. So I'm like, it had to have been around the same time. Immediately, she puts me into a group chat. You never want to be in a group chat with beautiful, strange women. Okay?
Beautiful but naked women.
When I tell you, Tana, you want to talk about women in STEM? We were there were timelines. There were Venn diagrams. We were comparing notes. It was so
I
crazy.
see why you waited to tell me this.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm telling you, Tana, for a man who doesn't have time, this man had the most time.
You know, when I'm really mad, I just start laughing. Yeah, I just start laughing. You're fucking kidding, Brooke Schofield.
Tana, I'm like, and
this gets way worse.
I'm like, oh my fucking God. Like, oh my God. Because I'm not kidding. For all of this time, I would see his billboard on Sunset and be like, I was literally
and
like.
Don't you remember now? I was just thinking about the podcast that we covered on Redbar before. And remember, they were both like, do you fuck people after shows?
Yeah.
That's why
and he
they
said
were
no.
asking, and he said no. But that
remember,
was
he said, oh, I very rarely, hook up with people. You know, if I have a girlfriend, it's a serious thing. And meanwhile, so it was like 10 different girls they found.
So anyways, if you're bored by just some woman's story, this does have a payoff.
This does have a payoff.
So you can go to 4630.
4630.
Oh, wait, go to... anyway, she talks a lot more about how he cheated on her, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4630.
Okay.
Last week, I'm like apologizing for him knowing that I'm going to get hate for it. And like, I'm just like, how crazy is that? Like, meanwhile, he's fucking like... First of all, if you're telling me that I cannot hang out with guy friends, you don't want me hooking up with anybody else, then nobody in fucking Central America should be receiving a dick pic from you. And that's just my thoughts.
A dick pic?
A Facetune one at that.
Okay, pause. So then this reminds me of another story that she told months ago.
Listen to this.
Hello and welcome back.
Okay, what's the time? 10:15. So we're going back a few months now. What were they talking about? They said he sent a dick pic.
She said, if I'm not even allowed to look at my guy friends, you shouldn't be sending a dick pic to every single person in LA. And then Tana goes, a face-tuned one at that.
A face-tuned one.
And that reminded me of this story.
10:13? 10:50.
10:50, yeah.
Okay, listen to this story about Matt Rife.
Never the fuck again, by the way.
Tana,
we're going back months.
I'll tell you who this is about when we're not on the pod, but...
Or bleep it.
I recently opened a photo. Someone sent me a dick pic, okay, which I don't solicit often, but when I do...
She does.
I do.
She does.
And I have seen this one a million times before, okay? But this time, something, I don't know, I clicked it. Tell me why at the top it said Facetune in the title.
So in the title of the pic, he sent the pic and it had the meta title there. Maybe he didn't see that when he sent it, but it was saved. And I guess when you save something directly out of Facetune without renaming it.
These two would know.
Yeah, they use Facetune all the time. They're like their main clients for Facetune. So Matt Rife sent the picture, a face-tuned dick pic. and it was exposed in the title. It had Facetune and the Facetune metadata in the picture.
So he sends dick pics to people and makes his dick bigger?
Well, I don't know if you're familiar with Facetune. When I first heard this story, I was like, is she smoothing the skin? And then I realized, oh no, you could change the whole shape of anything in Facetune. So he's probably enlarging the penis, Facetuning his dick pics. Have you ever heard of anything like that? And now it's revealed it was Matt Rife. They're laughing.
I swear on my life.
No.
I swear to God.
This man
Facetuned his dick pic.
Wow.
And he didn't even bother to change the title before sending it.
Wow.
Tell me right the fuck now, Blue.
Tell everyone.
Swear to God.
I have such secondhand embarrassment I could throw up.
What's so crazy about it is I saw it and I was embarrassed for myself. I was like, oh my God. And I immediately just I never thought about that man again.
What did you respond to that photo?
We need that dick pic. Brookie, release the pic. Release that pic. We will defend you against the revenge porn allegations. You already got Zimmerman.
Yes, we'll defend you on that. We'll defend you on anything that you need.
So Matt Rife, and this isn't something, I mean, the press would probably love this story. This story needs to get out there.
I mean, there's a lot of people hating on him right now, so all they need is, we just need them to know that he Facetunes his dick pics.
Okay, was there any more from this clip back in time here?
No, that's the best part.
So we're going to go back to this one?
Yeah, she talks a lot more about how...
Where's the part I want to talk... I want people to hear the part where she talks about his special and how everyone hates him now and how he wanted that special so bad.
Oh, okay, I'll find that part.
Yeah, find that part. I thought that was a great way to wrap this up. So that people know Matt Rife is actually... His original fan base hates him. And now he's just got a bunch of these cancel culture, Josh Denny type of
4127.
4127. Okay, let's hear that part. 4127.
And
here we go.
Matt cares about the way that he's perceived.
Yes,
very much. Like when people, this Facetune thing, it's like maybe if it was someone else, but this could destroy him. He gets so mad if you say he's had plastic surgery. He can't stop commenting about it. He flips out.
And thanks to all the new, because plastic surgery YouTube channels are really popular where they talk about the plastic surgeries of the stars, thanks to those thousands of channels, they've all made videos about Matt Rife having jaw surgery after he's claimed not to. That must kill him. All right, let's hear this part. I thought this was good.
He hit all the points and he made me feel good about it. So I was like, I just respect him.
Right, guys. Okay. Have one on me.
And I've had that same feeling about him all of this time because I'm just you know what? I'm a silent supporter. I've watched him from afar. I love to see him be successful and I was with him when his last special came out. So to see him get a Netflix special was huge. Yeah. Okay. So imagine my how I felt when I'm seeing oh my God, this guy got the one thing in the world that he wanted and everybody fucking hates it. Hates it. Okay?
Yeah.
And I'm oh my God, I just felt
Isn't
so bad.
Isn't this amazing? It's exactly what we hoped for. Another one. I mean, we hated Steve-O. We hoped for a Steve-O downfall. We got one. We hated Matt Rife. We talked about him, 6 times? Boom! These things are coming quick now. Very nice. We're very grateful. And thank you to Brookie. Let's show the world how Brooke wrapped this up.
Yeah, so she talks a lot more about how horrible he was to her. And they put out this episode. And she also says that she tried to text him to tell him this episode was going out, but he blocked her number. So they just did the episode.
Yeah, so he texts Brooke after this episode came out. And he says, Brooke, this is MR. She responds back to Matt Rife with a link to special needs helmets. Brookie. Well, that's how you saute. You could learn a thing or two from Brookie, Matt, about how to diss the haters. Look at that. Brooke, this is Matt Rife. After she exposed him. Link to the special needs helmet. Now, will Jordan Peterson cover this?
You guys got to give these girls a chance. Trust me.
How wonderful was that? What a great way to wrap up Matt Rife. And there should be much trouble to come with him. He just started his tour. He announced his world tour. I can't wait till he gets a load of that new Jelly Roll audience he picked up.